Well, my hair looks bad today. Hey guys, it's been a while since I posted. Outside for work, getting ready, having a cigarette. Still haven't got my inheritance yet. Yeah, I had the e-cig and it lasted about 2 days, and they're like $8 a pop. So I'm like, it's not really worth it. It's not. It's not worth it to me, not money-wise. But anyways, I worked a lot this week. Yesterday was my only day off. I don't have to be in work till late tonight, but I need to shave my face. I am super scruffy today. But yeah, next week, I've got about 10-15 less hours next week. So I'm hoping to be able to do some more videos. Usually when I have my, not short weeks, well, I guess it would be a short week because I'm only working like 3 or 4 days. My plan is, I guess, on the weeks that I don't work as much, I'm gonna do more videos, post more stuff. I'm having a hard time thinking of things to do, like after the Gid vids. Like, I mean, I could just continually post upload stuff of that, but it doesn't seem to get views. Like, I mean, there's still like 2 videos on my channel that nobody's watched yet, and I sometimes am stupid and watch my own videos on YouTube when I really shouldn't, because I got them on my phone, and I need to stop that because it tricks me to thinking I have viewers when I don't. But yeah, it's a little update. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Just a kind of a little update, whatever. I'm gonna try to post more, but I need material. I don't have a lot of material to do. I don't know. I guess I have all these big grandiose plans of this channel and getting famous. It's not necessarily like crazy famous, but getting some semblance of fame and celebrity, supposedly. I don't know what to do. I'm not really sure. It's really hot out today. I'm sitting out under the gazebo because it's sunny and hot. But I promise I'm not smoking a joint. This is a cigarette. Rolled cigarette, because I'm very poor right now. I don't get paid till midnight. I don't get paid at midnight tonight. I'll have money. I have a good amount of money too, because I worked last week. I think I worked like 32 hours. This week I'm pushing 40. Cause I gotta do a class tomorrow for work, and it's like 8 to 4 or something, at 8 to 4:30. So I wasn't originally scheduled to do it, but they're like, oh hey, we got a class we need you to take, and they've been trying to get me to take it for like a couple months now, but every time they have it, they cancel it. I guess tomorrow's one's not going to get canceled, hopefully. So I've been having to finagle my schedule and whatnot because of that. Because where I work, if they don't approve overtime, my managers get in very big trouble when they have employees that go over 40 hours a week when they're not full-time, and I'm technically not full-time. Go away, bee. Freaking bee out here. Actually, I think it was a wasp or something. That's another thing. One thing that I'd like to do, and I was inspired by the crazy Russian hacker, Taras, who's, not a friend of mine. I don't know him personally, but he's been a YouTuber that I've watched a very, very long time. I love his videos. If you don't know who he is, I might actually try to link it in the description, just because he's a really awesome guy. He's very genuine. He's very much not like the Cranky Yankee. He does not swear. He's not vulgar or anything, but it's just good, wholesome entertainment. It's good stuff. He does all kinds of different things. He does lots of gadget videos. He does vlogs with him and his fiance. He does about his pets. He's got lots of pets. Pets are awesome. Oh, that reminds me of something. So, something I'm planning on doing when I get my inheritance is I'm going to get a fish tank, an aquarium. My son loves fish. We actually just got a bunch of fat heads of Finding Dory, which, by the way, Finding Dory, not a great movie. It wasn't as good as the original. Finding Nemo, I really enjoyed. That was a wonderful, wonderful movie. I really enjoyed it. It was cute. It was adorable. I've watched it tons of times. I'm a bit of a nerd. I love Disney movies. But so he loves ocean creatures and fish and different things. He's got ocean theme. The hospital he was born in, Sacred Heart Hospital in Pensacola, they have all kinds of marine life murals on the walls. So I think that he, spending as much time as he did in there when he was first born, just remembers those animals. And not that necessarily he knows what they are, but he knows oh, I remember seeing one of those on the walls and blah, blah, blah. So he really, really enjoys that. And I think getting an aquarium would be really nice. Now, when I was in high school, middle school and high school, I used to raise things called mollies. They are little fish, small, little freshwater fish. They're really cute and pretty. I used to raise those and guppies. Now, a lot of people use guppies as feeder fish for carnivorous fish like Oscars and, well, piranhas, but you can't get piranhas and stuff, and you can't have those legally anymore. No, there's freshwater fish called Oscars and cichlids. I believe cichlids are carnivorous. I know Oscars are. And a lot of people use guppies for feeder fish, but I think guppies are really pretty, and they're small. They're very easy to they're easy to maintain. They're not a whole lot of work. Not much more than any other aquarium would be. But I'm thinking about maybe not necessarily breeding mollies, but they are live breeders, so when they give birth to live young. They don't lay eggs. So I think I'm going to do that. I'd like to get some mollies and maybe raise them, and if we get some that are pregnant, I think that'd be really cool. I haven't really looked at any aquarium videos on here. I don't know. I haven't really looked at what other people do. If there's any channels dedicated to aquariums or marine life of whatnot. There is a guy that I've watched him now and then who has ants. That's actually kind of cool. He has like a bunch of ant colonies and raises them and does different things, and that's actually really interesting because I love animals, and I grew up watching a lot of Discovery Channel and Animal Planet stuff like that, History Channel. So a lot of those, Kratts Creatures was one that I watched as a kid. Now they have the show Wild Kratts, which actually my son really enjoys, which I think is awesome because that's stuff that I watched. But the Kratt brothers, Jeff Corwin, the late great Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, rest in peace, God bless him. I love that man. He was an amazing individual and just balls to the wall crazy, but goddamn was he entertaining. So he enjoys stuff like that. But I thought, maybe we'll get a fish tank. We'll get a little aquarium for him, and because I know he likes to look at. He probably would really like to look at it, just sit and stare at it, because he does that. So that'd be something I think would be really cool. Show you guys when I get one. I'll get the aquarium, and we'll do updates and show that. So there's that. I'm thinking about doing. So another YouTuber that I watched recently did they called it, they're Canadian, so they could talk a little differently than I do, but they called it a pop taste test, so a soda. And I was talking with a couple of friends about it, and I have my friend Tess, who I've talked about before. She's down to do it. My friend Brandon wants to do it as well. And Brandon was actually telling me that there's a store in New Orleans, which New Orleans is about an hour and a half drive from here, so it's pretty close. I've never been. I want to go to New Orleans. That's on my list of places to go now that I live here, is I want to go to New Orleans, just to say that I've been. Apparently Bourbon Street smells like piss, according to my stepfather. So there's that. But still, it's God, my teeth are total. Yeah, guys, I have bad teeth. See, yellow, it's nasty. I have bad teeth. I had braces a lot as a kid. I had braces for like 6 years as a kid, so it screwed my teeth up permanently. As I know in the last ones, I am on medication. I have some bad teeth I need pulled. That will be getting taken care of in the near future. But I'm getting off topic. But he said there's a store. My buddy Brandon told me there's a store in New Orleans that sells sodas. And they sell some interesting flavors. I think one of the ones he mentioned said they had one that was lawn clipping flavored. So it reminds me of like the Bean Boozled, like the Bean Boozled challenges a lot of people do with the well, it's now Bean Boozled, but I know that originally it was like they had done the Birdie Bots, every flavor beans from Harry Potter. And I think the people that made those now just make a Bean Boozled, which is very basically more or less the same thing. They just don't call it the Birdie Bots anymore, because I think that's probably copyright, or Disney or Warner Brothers or whatever the hell company owns, the rights to, the Harry Potter franchise. I think it's Universal Studios, I think, now I think about it, because I think Harry Potter World is in Universal Orlando, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it'd be really, excuse me, that was a bird. That was gross. I apologize. I think it'd be really interesting to do that, though. And some of the ones that the video that I watched, actually, like Jarritos, which I believe is a Mexican or a Hispanic brand of soda. We sell that at my store. So some of the stuff I'm probably going to buy from my grocery store that I work at, but I also want to take a trip to New Orleans, go to the store and get some really weird flavors. And what I want to do is a blindfold taste test. So that way the people who are taste testing it don't know what the fuck they're drinking, because that's always funny. I want to get Katie involved. I know it's weird. People, like, we're not together. She's not my girlfriend. We are just friends now. We have, she's Gideon's mom, but we live together. We still do a lot together. And her reactions to stuff is absolutely hilarious. And I'm going to include her on this channel eventually. I don't know if she's actually on. I think you've probably heard her talk in the background on a few videos, but she's never actually been in a video. So there's that. So those are the kind of a couple of ideas going forward. Is the getting an aquarium, which kind of I think would be cool, and also the soda. Another thing that I really want to do. This is the future down the road. I can't do it. I probably could do it here, but my parents won't let me. I really like to get bees. It's a lot of work, but bees are becoming endangered. The American honeybee is not doing well right now. There is a big, like a mold or a fungus that has been running rampant across the country and killing a lot of bees. Bees are really important. They pollinate all the flowers and all the food that you and I eat every day. It is possible to, pollinate flowers and pollinate plants yourself, but that would be the equivalent of taking a Q-tip and literally just going from each pestle and just doing it by hand. Now, that you can do that. But if you have acres and acres and acres of produce that you're growing, it's going to take a lot of work to do that by hand. So obviously bees are the better thing. And there are things like butterflies and hummingbirds and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. But bees are the best pollinators. And they are just naturally becoming endangered. They're becoming, I don't know, so I'd go far as say extinct, but I would not be surprised if they do go extinct in the future if something doesn't change. But then again, with all this climate change and everything we're going through, a lot of these animals that we see every day are not going to exist anymore, and it's really sad. So that's something I want to do, just because I really enjoy stuff like that. I think bees are really cool. They're fascinating animals. And who doesn't love honey? I mean, honey's great. Honey's amazing. I used to work with the recycling center I used to work at. There was a guy who used to come in. He was the bee guy. He was this older gentleman. He was retired probably in his 60s, 70s, and he was an old timer. And he always would bring me in honey. He brought me in, like, there was one day he brought me in this, I don't know if you guys have ever had creamed honey, but creamed honey is absolutely delicious. It came in a little 1 pound tin. Well, it wasn't really tin, it was plastic. A little one pound little container. And it's like it's like a spread. You put it on bread, like you put it on toast. I used to put it on toast. Like I just put like creamed honey on toast, and it was like, it's like a paste. And then once you put it on the toast, it melts, so it turns into actual like more consistently what we know of the honey, and it tastes just like honey, but it's just delicious. But that's a couple things that I want to do. A couple things that I like to do in this channel. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you have any ideas of things that you think would be really cool to see, or things that maybe people aren't doing that you think I could do. Remember, just keep in mind I have limited resources at the moment, but anything that you guys suggest, I will try my damnedest to do. Another thing I'll probably eventually do is do some music stuff. I'm planning on getting a drum kit once my inheritance comes in. I'm also going to be trying to get some recording software. I know I'm probably gonna, when I get a computer, I'm probably gonna end up doing Audacity, which I've used before. It's free. I'd like to do some, basically, like when I do intro music, or if I do any kind of theme music or anything for this channel, to avoid copyright infringement, I think I'd rather just write something original and just write something that's my own, so that way I can say, well, I have the copyrights to this, so I can use it any way I want because it's my music. It's just easier that way. But that's just, a couple ideas going forward. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you're browsing your way through. God, I sound like a hockey guy now. That's his thing. Like and subscribe. Just let me know what you think. And love y'all. God bless. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.